take on the game. Thank you to the Chicago Cubs for having 7 or 8 errors in 2 games. I wish we could have taken advantage of this last game's 4 errors, but obviously we were going to cruise through this game no matter what. And then Michael A. Taylor. The dude's been clutch. He's seeing the ball huge. He's clearly been our most consistent. I think Zim's been our most consistent. He's been seeing the ball huge in the playoffs as well. But Michael A., coming from the 8-hole, no one expects him to produce. And really, honestly, all season, batting .275, who would have thought this guy was going to fill in for Adam Eaton, who would go and get a big offseason trade, and Michael A. fills in with a .275 average, 19 bombs, and, 65 RBIs or something like that. Come postseason, he's the only guy hitting the ball regularly, working the count. Even when he strikes out, he's working the count. He's getting 7, 8 pitch at bats. And, I'm sure all of us Nats fans said when the bases were loaded that he was going to go yard, because that's where we won. But another time that the Nats rely on one swing to seal a deal. And today, I think we played perfect. And I know we talked in a group chat where I was a little bit pissed off early on in the game, and I was like, just don't text me ever. But, the playoffs are where you got to play perfect. You got to come up with that big hit. You got a man on third with 1 out, and you don't score them. That's just tough. But when you got your opportunity, you got to come through. And the Nats, for the most part, today did. And Strasburg did. His respect levels, early on in today, everybody was like, oh, nobody's going to respect him, like you said. We're not going to look at him in the clubhouse. The dude took the ball with a flu and went out and pitched probably one of his best games of his career.
Yeah, so
unbelievable.
This is an ongoing theme of my. So after you and I kind of told Drew that we were not interested in texting early in the game, I still got sucked into texting Drew, but on a chat with OT instead, and OT was furious with me because I kept on referring to this as Strasburg's flu game. I was making it equivalent to Jordan's flu game, and he was pissed off about that but at the end of the day, this is DC's flu game. This is a day where, you listen to the radio all day leading up to the game, and it was nothing but this. We are a joke. This city is a joke. The way that we've handled this is a joke. Everything is a joke. And Grant and Danny said it best. They said, what if Strasburg takes the ball and shoves, I'm paraphrasing again, but shoves for 7 innings and gives you one of the best performances of his career?
Yep.
And that's exactly what he did.
Yep. Grant and Danny put it best all the time. They'll be negative, but they're the biggest supporters. And my part is where I get such, not only for my passion for the Nats, because obviously I waste my entire, pretty much year on them, from April on, but it's not necessarily because of the Nats. It's because we deal with this with several different franchises, and it's mainly the Redskins, and they continue to do this to us through their PR, their public relations, and they always put false news out there, bad headlines. You don't know what to believe, and last night was awful. I was mad just because of the way they handled it. Okay, I get it. He actually did have the flu. He was on IVs.
Yeah.
But why come out last night and automatically say we're not throwing Strasburg?
Exactly.
Give him a day.
The whole thing could have been averted if we just come out yesterday and say, we are preparing for tomorrow as if Roark's going to start, but we're not sure whether Strasburg will be able to go or not.
Or say Strasburg is going and Roark's a backup player.
Yeah, the whole thing could have been averted, but luckily for us, to, DC radio / podcast personalities, we don't have to talk about that because guess what? Yeah. We won the game. So the storyline no longer is about the 24 hours leading up to that game. It is instead about the 3.5, 4 hours that the game was being played and what the Nats did for us. And what they did was put together a complete performance. They still did not have the offensive output that you would want. 5 runs, not bad, but 4 of those came on one swing. But overall, throughout the night, they put together good at bats.
They were swinging. Absolutely, they were swinging.
With the exception of Jason Worth.
All right, yeah. So here's my perspective going forward for tomorrow. Obviously, it's an 8 o'clock game. I do believe we have momentum, but I've said this all along. We always have Game 5 come to D.C. Obviously, we're going to have, my guess, they said Roark is potentially going to start, but my guess is going to be Gio into Scherzer. But going forward, I think Turner got some confidence, which is huge. You got to stick with him in the one hole.
Huge.
So we got to expect. We have to. Tomorrow's a day where both teams are going to play perfect. You have to manufacture runs. If you get a guy on, you got to bunt him over. Why we haven't tried to bunt people over besides when you get a pitcher up, I have no idea. Dusty's always loved doing that.
Yeah.
Steals.
Although I will say today, so this was another conversation in the Drew OT group, was the situation where you have Rendon lead off with a double, and then you have Wieters up. Yeah, that's. See, thank you. I was trying to explain that to them, that if you ask Matt Wieters to bunt, you're basically saying, okay, this is going to be a strikeout. This is an automatic strikeout.
There's certain people you can and can't do it with, but like if you say you get Turner on and you got Worth up, bunt Worth, or I mean, I know you don't normally want to bunt Worth, but there's guys in our lineup. Say you get Wieters on a leadoff double, bunt Taylor. I mean, there's certain situations where you can do it, and I just haven't seen Dusty really want to manufacture runs. I don't know if it's because we're not hitting the ball and he's just not really seeing a point to it, but I mean, tomorrow, again, I'm going to say it 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more if we lose and 1,000 more if we win. Jason Worth cannot be in the lineup. He gave good at bats tonight, but it seems like any big situation comes down to Jason Worth.
I mean,
what does he do?
Yeah, bases loaded.
He pops it up or strikes out.
Bases loaded, and he looks at a fastball for strike 3.
Right, you have an 8-pitch at bat. Great at bat. And I mean, we had Arrieta on edge all game long, 90 pitches or whatever he threw through 4.
Yep.
But 8 pitches, and then you're going to look at one that this is the only pitch you really can hit. The rest of them, you're swinging at balls. And it doesn't matter where you put them. You can't hide a guy in the MLB playoffs. You can put him in the 2-hole, you can put him in the 9-hole. It's going to come down to Jason Worth. I guarantee it. So please, I beg, if Dusty in some wild blue moon chance listen to our podcast, put somebody else in there. Even if it's Robles, I could care less. I mean, I loved finally he put somebody in as a defensive switch. Brian Goodwin and then Howie Kendrick. I loved it.
Yep.
But we got to have more consistent, especially if he wants to bat him second. I understand this is your best lineup. This was your best lineup all year. But you got to have, like Lind, they gave him a hit. I don't know why they gave him a hit, but twice. He's coming up with a purpose. He has a purpose behind his swing. Jason Worth just looks like he's up there not to swing the bat until he absolutely has to. And, I mean, tomorrow you got to have a full lineup where we're out to swing. We got to be out to kill because the Cubs are going to come out and they're going to score runs. I don't care who's pitching. Scherzer's going to pitch. They're going to score runs because they want to win. They're hungry, and that's what we got to do. We came out tonight on fire. I mean, not that we scored, but we came out looking to hit, which is great. But Jason Worth, to me, is the only hole in our lineup. I mean, Matt Wieters is struggling, but you can't put Lobaton in there.
No.
You just can't.
No.
But that's my take going forward is obviously you got to look for Gio and Scherzer tomorrow. And I said Strasburg for the save, like Kershaw did a year ago. But I have confidence in Doolittle.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, with the way that the bullpen is pitched, you need to find a way to get the game to the 7th inning. And if you have a lead after 7, you know what you have to do if you're Dusty Baker.
After tonight, I'm scared to see Madsen in the leverage because
I'm not. You know what? He worked his way out of it, first of all, and you know, it's a 5-0 game. It's horrible conditions. I understand if he came out looking shaky. Yes, I did send a text saying you need to pull him now at some point in that inning, but. You know, Dusty stuck with him, and he worked his way out of it. And at the end of the day, Madsen is the best reliever that we have in that pen.
Yeah.
So,
if Doolittle didn't have the confidence he had, I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, so hey, we got a Game 5. That's all we could ask for going into the day.
Yep. And here's what I ask also: I don't care if we win or lose, but I want us to come out with fight. I don't want us to come out like the Capitals do in Game 7. I don't want us to come out like the Wizards do in Game 7. I want to come out and actually fight. If we lose a 6-5 game, tip of the cap to the Cubs. But I don't want to come out and lose 2-0 where you could say, I left second and third with one out twice.
Exactly.
That's all I ask.
Yep, I agree. All right, Corey, thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir.
And see you tomorrow.
Yep, I'll catch you.
Yep. All right, so no idea where I was on my my rant after that, but so I guess it's just it's time to get into the calls. Let's go with OT first. We'll call OT. This should be interesting. Always is. If he answers. He said he was ready.
Leader of the bandwagon here.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen.
The bandwagon, ho!
On the phone now we have baseball non-fan, fake Nats fan, bandwagoner, Larry O.T. Gibbons. Hey, yep. OT, how we doing?
Not just any bandwagoner, the bandwagon jumper of all time.
Yep. So about a quarter of the way through the game today, OT realized that he was a Nats fan.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. That I was in fact cheering for them.
Yep. So there's a couple very important things that I need to ask OT, and I need to get his commentary on. But
yes.
First, before I ask any of those, I do just want to get your reaction to this game and your thoughts going into a Game 5.
Okay. My first thought is, and I know that I'm sure you'll crap on it, but superstars, rock stars, top-end players in every sport, you need them to deliver in big games. He did. Strauss did. No, can't argue it. I do not think that it is on the level of, I'm sure, something that you have talked about on this podcast. I do not put it on that level. But he has certainly thrown himself into best pitcher in the world category with a game like this. Back it up, they get to another series, back it up with another one. You all of a sudden maybe stare at the best pitcher on the planet in the face, but, he did what he was supposed to do. What stars do. What their, why you pay them $170 million or whatever it is.
I'm waiting for you to say this was his flu game.
No, you're not going to hear that from me. I have given him as much praise as I'm willing to give. You got paid $170 million to deliver a game like this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want, for everybody listening, I want you to know that I pled Strasburg's case here. I've tried to explain it to OT that this is probably, screw probably. This is the most pivotal game in Washington Nationals franchise history. And in the 24 hours leading up to it, what was the storyline? It wasn't anything about the game. It wasn't about Dusty's awful roster that he put out. It wasn't anything besides Steven Strasburg is a little pansy who isn't going to pitch this game. Everybody in the world thought that Strasburg said, basically, I don't feel like pitching. I'm not up to it. Everybody, you had publications from the Washington Post to ESPN to Barstool putting out blogs, articles, and posts saying that Strasburg was soft, Strasburg was not up to this moment, and that Strasburg couldn't go. Then, lo and behold, yes, the whole situation was mismanaged.
Can I interject one question?
Yeah.
I'm going to interject one question. When you brought that up to me, in my defense, what did I say?
Which part?
When you told me that everyone else thought that, what did I say?
Oh, no.
The first time I heard it. I never suggested that was the issue.
Right.
I always blamed Dusty for
yes,
that. I
yes.
thought it was Dusty being an idiot.
Yes. That's
From
established.
the word go, that was exactly what I said.
Yes.
Never did I blame Strasburg.
And at the end of the day, this is where you and I differ on the importance of this start for Steven Strasburg.